Hi everyone and welcome to my recording of FTL Faster Than Light. I have played this game a few times before, so I have got some of the stuff unlocked, which is useful. I'm going to be playing just with the normal Kestrel script. No, I don't think I'm going to play Kestrel actually. What I'll do is I'll randomise. Oh, okay, I got the Red Tail, which is quite a nice big layout ship for the human race. I have one on this ship, which is why I've got a Kestrel Cruise Victory. On the bottom here, I haven't done it in layout C, just because I'm not a massive fan of the stun weapons. I try and avoid them as much as possible, and also it's got very weak shields, and I don't like... can't say I don't like them. I'm going to be going in with Felicity, Farum. These are both human characters, so their skills improve slightly quicker. I believe Felicity's going to be my pilot and Farum's going to be in with my engines. Then I got a Zoltan, and they power up the system a little bit more, so they give you more power to each of your individual systems. My Zoltan's in my weapons room, so because he's in my weapons room, I'll be able to fire a basic laser, which I wouldn't be able to fire normally, which is useful in this game. I've also got a Manthus, which is a bit more of a fighty character, can move a bit faster but isn't very good at repairing stuff. I've got 4 basic lasers, they take about 10 seconds to charge each, and they fire one shot. I've got the Advanced Edition, so I'll have a few new challenges in there, thrown in there, nothing too terrible, and I'll be playing on easy. So the idea is that I've got something that's supposed to be able to help the Federation win this massive space war, but if I don't get there in time, they lose. The tip that I got on this one was systems damage. If I damage any one of these systems to red, my hull up here takes a little bit of extra damage. Not something I want to be doing, at least not in the first sector. That would be quite embarrassing. I'm going to ignore the store, there's no point going to it. I never have enough equipment on the first jump, so I'm going to go into a nebula, which means I'll have no monitoring systems. Pirate ships arrive shortly after you. They're smugglers, let's attack them. I don't like pirates in this game, I attack them quite regularly. You can click on each weapon individually and target it. I like to just press the number pad, because you can set them all up to go together. You can also set up auto fire, so you can do multiple rooms, and then the game will automatically, when those weapons are fully charged, fire them off. They're trying to escape, but there's no point, because one of those lasers is going to hit their pilot. And once it hits the pilot, it will stop charging their engine. Will stop charging their engine. I didn't actually hit the pilot there, but if the captain runs out of their piloting room, they stop charging as well. Again, not really much point going to the store, so I'll fly across. Up here I've got how much fuel I've got, how many missiles I've got, which I don't have any missile based weapons at the moment, and also how many drones I've got, but again I've got no drones at the moment. They're attacking. I don't like people that attack innocent stations. Oh, I forgot I've got 4 weapons. I've only put 3 on, to put 2 on their weapons. So they fired off an ion weapon, which means they've managed to get past my shields. Ions can be anything from about 4 to 5 seconds worth of damage, and block the shields, which are not good. Because I've helped the outpost, sometimes the outpost does nothing or has nothing on them, but sometimes you get extra, it's called scrap, which is used to repair a ship, or fuel, or missiles. I try and get across the sectors as quick as possible, because I know that if you don't, you can get caught by the rebels. It's ironic, I'm playing a space war and I'm the mad. Not a problem with that, just... So that's an ion from the planet, so I lost my shields and my healing, and they lost their weapons, I believe it was. It didn't matter, they were already damaged. Because they're a rebel fighter, I normally don't accept surrender from anyone. Unless I'm going to lose, I kind of try and play it a bit aggressively. It's not necessarily the best way of playing, but that's the way I do it. Now I want to get out of here as quickly as possible, but it won't let me jump until after I finish charging. Normally at the end of a battle you can jump straight away, but because there's an ion storm, it's forcing me to wait. Oh, okay, so I've got a distress beacon. It means someone needs my help, or it could be they've put their beacon on to try and draw me over for a battle. Kind of throw into a bit of a battle, but okay, so occasionally on this one you get a third blue option if you've got a crewman that's mechanical. They can manually do it. That one automatically is a win. These two are a 50-50 chance of if you lose someone or if you don't lose someone. Yeah, I don't have the best thing to help them, so I'm just going to fire on it and I get damaged. It's not the smartest of moves, but unfortunately it was also the only move I had. Because once you go into the next menu you can't go back. It's like in real life, once you make a decision you can't go back on it. That red hash means I ran out of oxygen, which is not good, but that hole in the hull would have been a lot worse. Okay, so now I've got 100 scrap. It's worth going to the store just to explore and see what's there. Okay. So drone control is good, but it doesn't come with the best drone with it, so it's not necessarily worth it. Clone bays are good for the fact that you can never really lose a crewman, and I do normally switch my med bay for the clone bay, so as it's here and now I might do that, or I could go for mind control, which turns allies into friends, but you need better scanners for that, and even though it's a great addition it doesn't necessarily help right now. And they gave me the option of 3 other drones that aren't really helpful at this point in time, so I'm going to change my clone bay over. And I'm also going to get another crewman, which sounds weird, but this is the NG, the one that can repair things quicker. And if I have him sit in my camera room, it means I don't have to upgrade it and I can then see into their ships a bit easier. Also, there are certain tasks that require better sensors. Now, because I've jumped across so quickly, I am going to do a few of these extra points just to hopefully get some more scrap before the next section. Oh, okay. So that's a 50-50 chance. That can damage you or it can give you something good. And it gave me the Hull Smasher laser, which is really, really good. So what I would normally do is take 2 lasers off and put 1 in. I know that, okay, I know it takes slightly longer to charge, but you get 2 shots in 14 rather than 2 shots in 10. But I've then got, if I can power up my laser, I can get an extra laser in there. I swap those around. I'll always have a laser charged because he'll be in there anyway. Sometimes this game is that kind of micromanagey. You have to make sure you have enough power for this or enough people for that, or to do certain tasks. There's nothing there, just an empty space. Sometimes that happens. Normally at the exit sector there's something. I have had that be empty space before, but it's really rare. We have a few mission. Ooh, okay. Okay, so sometimes you can talk to people and they'll give you free upgrades or cheaper upgrades. Normally a door upgrade is 25 scrap, but they can do it for 12, so in my opinion that's worth doing, because you're then saving yourself 13 scrap that you can use for something else. If you can't do it, then you just physically can't do it, but doors are really useful because later on people can board you and they can come onto your ship, and doors are what hold them back a little bit so that you can deoxygenate the air to kill them easier, or because you can do that. If they're trapped in there, they've then got to fight that door, and that door to get the doors down to have full control of the ship. You can also move a guy into there, and then they become extra plated. I normally, if it's this kind of ship, I know you lose evasion to 0, but if you've got people on board, I normally move the captain across. Or I then buy someone and have them stand in the door room the whole time. It's a little bit more difficult with that because there's a vented room here. So if they're here, you could want to vent that room and that room for them to get into while you're venting those two as well. But that's really like future planning. As a general rule, when it comes to these maps, I try and avoid the blue dots because they're very difficult to get through. So the only route I've got is there, and there. The more green sections you go to, the more money you get. The more red sections you go to, the more damage you can take, but the better weapons you can get. I normally stick with green because you can buy quite a few upgrades as you go through, so Pirate Control Sector. And as I've just flown into Pirate Control Sector, I'm going to leave it there for today, and hopefully see you soon.